how about those Denver Nuggets, baby? 140 points versus the Portland Trailblazers. They come back to back. 133 points against the LA Lakers in an absolutely other dominant win, baby. Everybody always talking, telling me, Cam, Nikola Jokic ain't that guy. Nikola Jokic ain't that dude. What about this? What about that? What about LeBron James? Hey, guess what? Came on the court. He stepped on the court. If you aim for the MVP, you best not miss. What's up, y'all? I'm SwipaCam. Welcome back to the channel. The Denver Nuggets just got done playing against the LA Lakers on January 15, 2022 and come away with a 133-96 win. And the MVP puts up a triple-double in 3 quarters. Just played well enough to put the kids to sleep and head on to bed to get some early rest on the back-to-back. Y'all, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm trying to tell them. I tried to tell them. Jokić on a mission this year. Jokić on something different this year. But the Denver Nuggets, they have played their best back-to-back games of the season. Finally showing up. They only gave up 108 points the other night. Again, granted, Portland Trailblazers didn't have their best players. And tonight, the LA Lakers, they've been putting up points against everybody all year, and they come out and put up 96 points against the Denver Nuggets, who show up and show out. And Jeff Green got off. Nikola Jokic got off. Monte Morris played decent. Bones Hyland went crazy. Davon Reed basically came out and said, I'm the defensive player of the year, and locked up LeBron James on back-to-back possession strips. I'm talking about making plays. This was Davon Reed's best game and probably the most highlights he's ever had in his career. This is something that he needs to take to the rest of his career, put it in a little box, keep it in the house, and say, I had a game where I locked up LeBron James multiple times. One of the greatest players of all time, one of the top 2 or 3, depending on who you are, top 1 players of all time. I got nothing but respect for LeBron James. Y'all already know, man, but I'm so glad that Davon Reed earned himself 3 10-day contracts, got signed to the season, and made sure tonight's like tonight, he got a chance to lay his mark. What a game. The Denver Nuggets tonight, y'all. They shot 52% from the field, 58% from the 3, 23 of 40 from the three-point line. They shot 94% from the free throw line and 16 of 17. They only had 6 turnovers, 35 assists, 50 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds, had 9 steals, 2 blocks, and it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Tonight, Nikola Jokic goes for, in just 28 minutes, 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists on 7 of 12 shooting. 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 1 steal. He was a plus 16 tonight. Absolutely dominant game. What was crazy was, in the first half, they were basically saying, you know what, yo, go ahead. We're going to put Dwight Howard out on there. Dwight Howard had an early 10-3, but like I've always told y'all, and I want to stress this with y'all, remember, there's 2 things I've always told you. Nikola Jokic is like water. Whatever the situation is, he's going to adjust. Whatever the situation calls for, he's going to adjust to it. But the other thing is, the Denver Nuggets, the way their defensive scheme works, the Nuggets gave up like 8 layups in the first quarter, and I'm over here like, bro, what are y'all doing? But here's the thing. The Denver Nuggets, the weakest points on the court for them are the corners and in that restricted area, right at that mid-range area. It just so happened that Dwight got into the paint. Dwight had like 10 points and 3 rebounds in the first quarter, and he finished the game tonight with 13-3. But again, that's the way it works. Rashawn Holmes feasts in that area. Thomas Bryant feasts in that area. I mean, even, what's his name? Alex Len can go off in that area. But that's what it is. They're going to give you that restricted area and make you big a scorer or make him a decision maker when they trap the point guard or the wing player up top. And they're going to leave the corner open, but everybody just has to rotate. The Nuggets rotate down, then they rotate back up as soon as you pass the ball out. But Alex Len, Dwight Howard, they can get them 18 and 12 games because that's the way that the system works. Tonight, it worked out. And what you do is when you make players shoot in that area, what it does, it makes the floor condensed, but then it takes the ball out of your best player's hands. So if I got to let Dwight Howard or Alex Len score in the middle, that's fine. It works out. You're not going to do that all game, and it didn't work all game. But here's the thing. Nikola Jokic tonight, 13 assists. He had 14, 9, and 9 in the first half and was a plus 6, I want to say. And he was just all over the place. Jokic was cutting to the basket. Jokic was hitting 3-pointers. Jokic was getting to the rack and doing up and unders against Dwight Howard. Had a crazy 1, 2, 3 against Dwight Howard. Had a left-hand floater. Like, the thing with Jokic this year and last year, and really, I would say ever since the playoffs in 2020, and really that whole season, but really since the playoffs on, Jokic has been in that danger zone of there's nothing you can do about him. What you can try to do, which what the Lakers did in the 2020 playoffs, foul him on every play and make the ref have to call either a really tight game or let a lot of fouls go. And now Jokic is so good that he knows how to play even around that stuff. So Dwight Howard back in the day, people even still say maybe he hasn't figured out Dwight Howard or Anthony Davis. I'm like, no, he has. He crushed Dwight Howard last year when he played for the 76ers. He killed him. And then he been beating on Anthony Davis, and even in the playoffs, he shot over 50% against Anthony Davis. What the thing was, everybody kept missing. The reason Jokic struggled against the Lakers in the playoffs because it was Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and LeBron James, and they were fouling and playing very physical. Now he's the MVP, gets a little bit more respect, and on top of that, he's a wiser, older, more established player, so he knows what to do. And again, man, as soon as you double Jokic, it's a problem. And I don't understand why teams keep doing it. Now, I do understand why they front him. Because when they front him, the Denver Nuggets guards cannot pass him the ball at all. But the thing is, when you double Jokic, Jeff Green had he had back-to-back dunks when they doubled Jokic. Because literally, they would double him, and LeBron wasn't expecting Jeff Green to cross his face. And literally, he would cross his face and get 2 dunks. And so, the thing about Jokic is, like, all right, I'm one of the best scorers in the NBA, bar none. Everybody knows that. But on the same time, I'm probably the best passer in the NBA. I mean, right now, LeBron James, he's a great passer, but he's not Jokic right now. Because, again, Jokic is literally right in the first year of his prime. He's 26 years old. LeBron James is 37. It's just he doesn't have that every game anymore. Jokic is the best passer in the NBA. So if you have a top 5 scorer per the numbers, per 100 possessions, he's a top 4. He might be 4th in the NBA in scoring and per 100 possessions. And then on top of that, he's the best passer in the NBA, and he's the second best rebounder in the NBA. There's not much you can do about that. So either you let him cook in one of the best post games, mid-range games, and three-point games, or you say, we're going to double you, and then it's a wrap. So it was just a clinic tonight. He was putting everybody on skates. Everybody was on notice tonight. I'm the MVP. I'm the best player in the NBA. You gave me Steph Curry. I beat Steph Curry, and I was the best player on the court. You gave me LeBron James. I beat LeBron James, and I was the best player on the court. Hey, whoever want to step him up. Next time, Kevin Durant, hopefully he's okay. He hurt his knee tonight. Hopefully he is great because we want to see him continue to play a high level the rest of the season. Put Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court. Jokic has been, every time he's met these people over the last year and a half, he has majority of the time been the best player in the NBA and the best player on the court. So great game for him tonight. Jeff Green, best game of the season, 26, 3, and 4 on 10 of 14 shooting, 4 of 5 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He was a plus 21, and that's not even the game high because we ain't even got to the bench. Plus 21, dunks, that Facu, Jeff Green pick and roll is just elite. Getting to the basket, hitting three-point shots, 4 or 5. I mean, honestly, everybody was just juiced up to play the Lakers tonight. That's what that was, man. Jeff Green had a great night. Aaron Gordon, 23 minutes, saved his legs, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Amazing shooting night, a plus 9. A great game from him. Hit some clutch three-pointers. In the third quarter, when it got kind of tight as well, when the Nuggets had 2 turnovers back-to-back, the Lakers had 2 turnovers back-to-back, Aaron Gordon had 1 three-pointer, and it really kind of put him back up, I think like 14 or something like that, because they went into the half up 73-60. The Denver Nuggets only gave up 36 points in the second half. Think about that. The other night against the Clippers, they gave up 28 points in the first half. It was 41-28, which is still crazy. In this game, they gave up 36 points in the second half. So the Nuggets are playing good defense, man. They're really putting together good halves of defense. So they gave up. The score at the end of the first quarter, y'all, was 34-29. That means that the Lakers only scored 67 points the rest of the game. 29 points in the first quarter, 67 points the rest of the 3 quarters. You can live with that day in, day out. Will Barton, 12, 3, and 1, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, a plus 5 tonight. Monte Morris tonight was 10 points, 1 assist, 3 of 8, 2 of 2, 2 of 2. And he was a plus 3, but we got to get to the bench. We have to get to the bench, man. This is by far the best the bench has played. By the way, you all heard that brand new intro music. That is my dog, Brian Matthews. You can find him. You can find him on Instagram, Brian Matthews. That's absolutely my dude. Like, he came in, man, and just said, bro, like, I want to hook you up. I'll make you an intro, outro music. What you saw today, all Brian Matthews. You can follow him at Brian Matthew Media. Brian Matthew with no S Media. BRYANMATTHEWEMEDIA. Find him on Instagram, man. Shout out to Brian, man. This is clutch. Great. Y'all, the bench tonight. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists for Bones Hyland. 8 of 15 shooting, 6 of 10 from the three-point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Y'all, 2 steals. He was a plus 34. Bones Hyland was made to play against the Lakers. He was made for the limelight. The step backs, he had a two-man game with Nikola Jokic that was reminiscent of Jamal Murray. Jokic fed him a pass, fed him a feeder in a tight spot. The ball almost got away from Bones. He spun, layup, dirty. Absolutely brilliant game. Best game of the season for Bones Hyland. Back-to-back games of Bones Hyland hitting 5 or more three-point shots. Yo, Bones Hyland is a problem. When that kid is on, when he's locked in, he's a problem. Because he extends the court. He makes it easier for Facundo Campazzo. Makes it easier for Dick Nagy. Makes it easier for Jermichael Green when he gets back. What an absolute game-busting game from Bones Hyland. Shout out to the boy. That man is a monster. 3-point step backs. Literally, hand down Mark Jackson, man down. That's what it was tonight. You put your hand down on Bones Hyland when he's on one, and it's a wrap. Great game from him. Man, shout out to Facundo Campazzo. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 2 of 2. He was a plus 34. Sorry, Bones Hyland was a plus 34 tonight. Facundo Campazzo was a plus 34 tonight. Davon Reed, 11, 4, and 2, 4 of 7, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Plus 33 tonight. And lockdown defense on LeBron James, baby. Dick Nagy, 8 and 11, 3 of 11, but he was a plus 27 tonight. Y'all, this is the key. LeBron James tonight had 25 and 9, but 9 of 23 shooting, 2 of 8 from the three-point line, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He was a minus 17. Westbrook, minus 11. Monk, minus 13. Dwight Howard, minus 23. A.V. Bradley, minus 4. Reeves, minus 32. Ariza, minus 22. Horton, minus 15. Ellington, minus 26. Johnson, minus 14. Literally, the Denver Nuggets ran through the city of L.A. and said, y'all, we making a statement. We might be hurt, but you better believe when Jamal Murray come back, we finna rally. When MPJ come back, we finna rally. When it's time, when the team back together, everybody better be on the lookout because these Denver Nuggets, they here to stay. Nikola Jokic is the MVP. SwipaCam. Keep it right. Keep it tight. SwipaCam, Swipin fam, we in the house. Hit that subscribe button. We going to Serbia at 10K. Keep it going. Keep it growing. Let's go, baby.